in the early spring of 1692, in the small seacoast village of Salem, Massachusetts, a mass hysteria took hold of the townspeople, causing almost 200 of them to be sent to a dark dungeon, accused of practicing witchcraft. Although 300 years have passed, Salem still retains the notorious title of the Witch City. Historic sites and museums throughout the city tell the story of the infamous witch hunts, but one place brings history to life. At the Witch Dungeon Museum, along with a guided tour of the recreated dungeon, visitors are witness to a live reenactment of a scene from a witch trial. Here is recreated the human experience and emotional drama of the period.
This evil witchcraft upon and against one Anne Putnam, single woman of Salem Village, to hurt, torture, afflict, consume, waste, and torment.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Did I not tell you? She said hallowed, not hallowed.
Please, I may be error because I know
My once, when crossing through the woods, I came upon Mistress Croft.
It is true. I do go to the woods, as we all do, to gather firewood.
I came upon Mistress Croft. And though alone, she appeared to be in deep conversation.
Not so.
She goes to meet someone.
No, yes.
Stranger, dressed all in black and of a fearful countenance.
True.
Even as I observed them, I felt the stinging of pins. The malicious fingers, they were pinching at my flesh. The body began to tremble and I fell to the ground. I tried to call for help, but no sound would come from it. I looked. Vanished.
Child, this is your imagining.
Imagine. Mrs. Croft, did I also imagine the book?
Book? What do you speak? The devil's book! Oh, I will listen to this no more! See, this is madness. A plague has come among us, and you all sit in silence, and you listen, and you believe. If they are allowed to continue, we shall all be devils and witches quickly. Now it is I who am wrongly accused. Who will be next? Will it be you or you?
Would you not listen to her? You too will be afflicted. You lead with the devil. You want me to sign the devil's book.
Please, stop! How can you say these things? You know they are not true. You live with us. You are like my own child. I take God in heaven to be my witness. I have never hurt me in my anger. No one here will speak on my behalf. Do you not see your silence condemns me?
follow me downstairs. We'll show you the downstairs. It's very dark. Please watch your step. Representing the crushing of Giles Corey. Giles Corey owned most of the property in Salem Village, and when accused, he refused to give a plea to the charge, because once you did, all your property was confiscated by Sheriff Corwin. Corwin was also the man who received all fees from those who stayed in the dungeon. Corwin was free to keep these fees and all property for himself. Now, the reason for this is that there was no civil law in the colonies at this time. The Mass Bay Colony's charter had been revoked. Sheriff Corwin was making up the rules as he pleased and enforcing them as he pleased. He was free to give Giles Corey the English penalty for standing mute. Slow crushing under heavy weights until you did present a plea. It's the only time this penalty was used in the colonies legally. And at the age of 80, Giles Corey was crushed to death under heavy boulders as they tried to force a plea out of him. He gave no plea, so technically, Sheriff Corwin couldn't take the property. As you travel through Salem, you'll hear lots of creepy stories of curses. Some of them true, some of them not, some of them who knows. But what I'm about to tell you is documented. Before Giles Corey died, he looked up at Sheriff Corwin and he said, "I curse you in the blood of all of Salem." The sheriff died in the early 1700s of a cerebral hemorrhage. And since that time, everyone who's held the office of High Sheriff of Essex County has died or suffered from some type of blood ailment for 300 years. Heart attacks, strokes, blood diseases, etc., right up until today. Most of them, if not dying in office, having to retire from office with their respective afflictions. Now, the sheriff in the 70s was Sheriff Cahill. He happened to be a historian, so he did know about the curse. He thought it was interesting when he developed in 1978 a blood disease. Mere coincidence. By the end of the year, Sheriff Cahill had a heart attack and a stroke and did have to retire from office. At the end of the hall, take a right. You will escape the dungeon, and you'll find yourselves strolling through Salem Village along the path to Gallows Hill. They did believe that the devil actually appeared in a personified form, and that he carried with him a book into which you could sign your name and thereby sell your soul to him. In Salem, you really didn't have a choice. Regardless what you said, once someone accused you, you were considered guilty. But the 19 people put to death by hanging were all people who insisted upon their innocence. If you would confess, they would set you free once you paid off your jail fees.
100 years since the Salem witch trials. In that time, a great deal of literature has been written. Material ranging from plays and novels to historical accounts and social commentary try to explain these unusual events of 1692. For what happened in Salem is not only the source of powerful drama, it is also a piece of history, American history. And in the retelling of this story, generations to come will know that it all happened in Salem, Massachusetts, and it is all true.